Poem 63, Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness. Matthew 5 verses 10-12. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, because theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they insult you and persecute you and say all kinds of evil things against you, lying on account of me. Rejoice and be glad, because your reward is great in heaven, for in the same way they persecuted the prophets before you. Self-reflection: have I ever experienced persecution or insults because of my commitment to righteousness? Do I truly believe that the kingdom of heaven belongs to those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake? How do I handle it when people say evil things against me or lie about me because of my faith? Do I find it difficult to rejoice and be glad in those situations? Have I ever doubted or questioned the idea of receiving a great reward in heaven for enduring persecution? How can I learn from the examples of the prophets who were persecuted before me? What lessons can I draw from their experiences to help me navigate my own trials? Do I find it challenging to maintain righteousness and integrity in the face of persecution? How can I strengthen my resolve to stay true to my beliefs even when facing opposition? How can I cultivate a mindset of rejoicing and gladness in the midst of persecution? What practices or perspectives can help me find joy in difficult circumstances? Do I seek validation and reward from others in this world, or am I focused on the eternal reward that awaits me in heaven? How can I shift my perspective to prioritize heavenly rewards over earthly recognition? How can I support and encourage others who are currently facing persecution for their faith? Am I willing to endure persecution and insults for the sake of righteousness? How can I prepare myself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to face such challenges with grace and steadfastness? This passage is from the Sermon on the Mount, where Jesus is teaching his disciples about the characteristics and blessings of those who follow him. In Matthew 5 verses 10-12, a profound message of courage and faith emerges. Uplifting the souls of those who endure persecution because of their commitment to righteousness. These verses serve as a guiding light for believers who face hostility and adversity for standing firm in their convictions. The passage emphasizes that their reward lies not in the earthly realm but in the eternal embrace of the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who, despite facing persecution, choose to walk the path of righteousness. They find solace in the knowledge that their steadfastness will be recognized in the kingdom of heaven, where their souls will find everlasting peace. This divine promise reminds believers that their struggles are not in vain and that their dedication to doing what is right brings them closer to God's eternal realm. Moreover, Matthew 5 verses 10-12 speaks to the resilience of individuals who endure insults, persecution, and false accusations for the sake of their faith. Jesus reminds his disciples that they are not alone in their suffering, as the prophets before them also faced persecution. He assures them that their reward in heaven will be great for enduring such hardships. This connection to the ancient forebearers of their faith provides a sense of continuity and reassurance that they are not alone in their struggles. Ultimately reinforcing their commitment to truth and righteousness, Jesus declares that those who are persecuted because of their commitment to righteousness will be blessed and will inherit the kingdom of heaven. The passage concludes with a call to rejoice and be glad in the face of persecution, for the heavenly reward awaiting those who persevere is immeasurable. Such words of encouragement serve as a reminder that the trials faced on earth are temporary, but the eternal blessings in the heavenly realm are everlasting. It is an invitation to rise above the hardships of this world, finding joy in the knowledge that their actions aligned with righteousness have garnered the approval and embrace of a benevolent Creator. In general, Matthew 5 verses 10-12 imparts a powerful message of hope and encouragement to believers who endure persecution and hostility for their commitment to righteousness. It reaffirms their blessed status, promising a heavenly reward that transcends the challenges faced in the earthly realm. By drawing parallels to the prophets who came before them, the passage reinforces the timeless nature of faith and encourages believers to find strength in their shared heritage. Ultimately, these verses inspire individuals to stand firm in their convictions. knowing that their dedication to truth will lead them to a heavenly abode of eternal peace and joy. Let's read the poem. Amidst the tempests that this world bestows, blessed are the righteous, steadfast, and bold, persecuted, yet they firmly stand. Their home lies in the kingdom of heaven's land. Blessed are those who face persecution's sting, for righteousness they bear, their hearts do sing. The kingdom of heaven, their eternal abode, a blessed promise, on this righteous road. When insults fly like arrows in the air, and evil words attempt to wound and tear, they find their solace in the truth they bear, for in the name of love, they bravely dare. Though falsehood spread, their hearts are pure, lies cannot tarnish the light they endure. Rejoice amidst trials, let gladness arise, for their reward awaits in heavenly skies. Persecuted for righteousness, they remain, their faith unwavering, a heavenly gain. For theirs is the kingdom, divine and true, Matthew 5 verses 10 to 12, a promise imbued. Rejoice, O souls, who suffer for what's right, for your reward awaits in celestial light, in heaven's embrace, your worth is known, as prophets before, your hearts have shone. Just as the prophets before them were scorned, they too face the hatred the world has adorned. But they find solace in the path they tread, for their reward in heaven awaits ahead. In trials and tribulations, they find their strength, their spirits lifted by a divine length, for in the face of darkness, they're not alone, guided by the grace of God's grand throne. In the footsteps of prophets who came before, they walk with conviction, forevermore. Blessed are they, who face adversity's test, for righteousness' sake, they're eternally blessed. So fear not the storms of this mortal ground, for righteousness and love in you are found, blessed are you who hold true to his plea. In the kingdom of heaven, eternally free. So let us remember, when persecution's near, that blessed are we, when righteousness we steer. For in our suffering, we find heavenly gain, and in the kingdom of heaven, we shall forever reign.